Hi! It has been a while. It has not, it's been the same amount of time as usual. But yeah, as per usual, I wanna keep talking. I'm really debating about it because when I talk about gay stuff, it works a little bit better, like the views. The views are a little bit better, but yeah, let's go straight to the point. So yeah, gay stuff for this week. Let's see how it goes next week. But long story short, I've been on a trip and I'm trying to forget someone, but at the same time, I don't want to go back in the apps because we're trying to focus on ourselves and we're trying to do better and recenter, realign, and all of this bullshit that is not bullshit, that it's true and we should focus on that, but it sounds like bullshit. So I will be the first to acknowledge that. But yeah, I'm trying to forget someone. It's really difficult because of a lot of circumstances. I'm not going into it. I don't know if it's me that I'm trying to forget someone or it's my friend. I'm losing the plot a little bit, but yeah, let's say me for now. But I don't want to go back to the apps. But when I travel, I feel like it's okay? Question mark? I don't know if this makes sense. But yeah, I traveled with someone, with a friend. This friend had some plans Friday night. I was planning to do something on my own, but quite last minute I decided to download an app and see what happens. And it's been months, it's been a lot of months, not a year, but more than 6 months. I'm horrible on math. And yeah, I downloaded the thing and it was pretty fast that one guy talked to me, one guy that I liked. It was literally 2 minutes after I downloaded the app, this guy talked to me and I'm like, oh my god, he's super cute and he seems super nice. And it was not, the conversation was not just about fucking. The conversation basically was, hello, how are you doing? Do you want to meet? Let's go grab something. Let's walk and let's see what happens without any pressure in the world. But I thought that it was too good to be true. But this guy was like, I can be 10 minutes in your place and we can go grab a drink. I'm like, okay, damn, this is going fast. And then the self-sabotage comes to my head because in the picture he looks nice, he looks great, he looked amazing. And texting, he seemed really cute. So then I thought maybe when I see him in person, something is gonna be off, or he's catfishing, and it's gonna be something completely different from his pictures. But yeah, since it was so fast, I thought something has to be off. So I went shower, 10 minutes later he was there really fast. And I was not processing what was the plan because it's been a while since I've been on dating apps. So yeah, I didn't know what was the protocol, I guess. So since I just finished my shower, I'm like, let me invite you to the hotel room. And he came to the hotel room, but nothing happened. I just changed. I asked how I was looking, if the outfit was okay. He's like, yeah, let's go grab a drink. I'm like, okay, great. That was good because I feel like for most people that you meet through this app, when you go to your apartment, you usually stay in there and do whatever you have to do in there. But we were going for the cutesy vibes and it was really nice. I like that. I thrive on that. Of course, the other thing is also really fun. Having fun is fun. But the cutesy, the talking, the walking together, holding hands, all this shit, I love it. That's my vibe and I'm trying to remind myself that because the other thing is really fun, but this more cutesy stuff, it's more wholesome and I'm going for wholesome. But yeah, so the guy was living there in the city that I was. It's not a secret, I guess I can say it. I was in London and London is a huge city, so it felt great to go with someone that has been living there for a while, not for a crazy amount of time, but he knew the neighborhoods that we were walking by. And yeah, we went for a drink to this really cute place. We were having some wine by the river or canal with some body of water. And we were having a really good conversation, not just about superficial stuff. It was not just small talk. it was also about our families, what do we want in life, and all this shit. And now that I'm reminiscing, that I'm going back in my head to this date, it was super pretty. It was really beautiful. It was wholesome, and I loved it. The guy was really cute. He was really hot, and everything was perfect. So I'm like, something has to happen. That the self-sabotage in me. It's like something is gonna happen that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, who the fuck are you? What am I doing here? But so far it was going great. So yeah, we went for a walk. We did the drinks, a couple of drinks, then we went for another walk, and like a really long walk after drinks. It was amazing. He was showing me around London and stuff, super pretty, and I was really liking this kid. But I was also a bit worried because we need to remember that these apps, they are super fun, but you just met a stranger, you are on your own. Maybe that's me being a bit paranoid, but even if the person is really nice, everyone can fake being a little bit nice. So be careful out there, because I was in another country with just my hotel key, not even ID, just my phone, my hotel key, and I was with this random guy, and he was walking me, is that correct? He was guiding me around the city, so I was not lost, but of course I'm not from there, so I was not fully aware of where we were going, what we were doing and stuff. Thankfully everything went great, but let's remember that there's a lot of crazy people, and yeah, I guess this is a good time to remind this to everyone. But yeah, so we were having a really good walk, really good conversation. I really enjoyed it. And then he came to my hotel. Well, before the hotel, we were like first dates are awkward as fuck, so you never know if the other person is into you. You don't know if the other person knows that you are into him, if that makes sense. You can sense the connection, but it's also really difficult to make a move. I'm horrible at making the first move. I wanted to, but I was thinking that maybe it was really soon, and he was really wholesome, so I'm like, maybe he doesn't want anything else than just the walking and the talking. But eventually I think he stopped me in the middle of the street, and then we started making out, and then we were all walking a little bit, we were making out again, walking a little bit, making out again, and it was very pretty. And I was feeling, there's people who hate the expression, but I was feeling really main character, like to the fullest. In London, Friday night, I just met someone and we were connecting, we were vibing. It was amazing. So yeah, we were walking, making out and all this stuff, and he came to my apartment, and then it was more heated, if that makes sense. But we needed to go to his apartment because I was sharing my hotel room with a friend, but the friend was not there, he was with another person. Yes, so we continued the fun in his apartment, but again, he was really cute on the way there. He was like, oh, should we grab something to eat? If you're hungry, should we go to the supermarket? Do you need something? And it was just really sweet and nice overall. And we went to his apartment, and even if we both knew what we were gonna do in the apartment, but still we made it cute. And he's like, let's start a show, and we played White Lotus, the second season, in the projector that he had. And it was really cute, and then step by step, so we were getting closer and closer. And I spent the night at that guy's place because, I don't know, I don't love it. I know when I say it out loud. I went to London with a friend, and I went on a date with someone that I know, and I chose to spend the night with a person that I just met instead of going back to the hotel where my friend was, the friend that I was traveling with. I know that it sounds a bit weird, but it makes sense. I'm absolutely no one to tell everyone's story, but it makes sense. And yeah, so I stayed the night, and it was really cutesy, really wholesome. But then the not suffering, the annoying part began, because I don't have Instagram, I don't have social media. I'm on LinkedIn, but it's more professionally. I don't feel like sharing my LinkedIn to people that I just met on dating apps. But yeah, it's always a bit weird because people usually connect on Instagram, and then every now and then if you see a story or something, it's really casual. You're like, oh, pretty picture, how are you doing? So it's more organic, more casual. But I don't want to be Instagram. I don't want to be in Instagram for now. I don't have TikTok. I don't have any other social media. So I asked him for his number because I thought this connection has been great and maybe we can keep talking. But I also know that in the gay community, it's quite normal, I would say, to have these really good connections, these really good encounters, and then the next day just forget about it. And I guess I've been guilty of doing that in the past. I'm trying not to do it anymore. If I like someone, if I'm with someone, I'm enjoying the time with him and I'm having fun, I'm doing a lot of things, spending the night, it should be because I really like the guy, not just because I want to be with someone just because I feel alone. And in this case, it's a bit tricky because I am trying to forget someone. It's really difficult, and meeting someone else helps forgetting someone. But I don't want to play with other people just because I am trying to forget someone. It's not the new person's problem, if that makes sense. But yeah, long story short, it was the next day in the morning. We exchanged numbers and I sent him a message saying that I had a lot of fun. I was really happy to meet him, and yeah, hope he has a great day, something like that. And then he replied, but in like 7-8 hours later, which is fine. I was just expecting for him to reply a little bit later, a little bit sooner, because we spent a lot of time together. We spent the night together and it was really nice. But yeah, he decided to reply really late for whatever reason. And this is the part that I don't like. Just some hours before, it was absolutely perfect, at least for me. Granted, to say that I'm really delusional, maybe it was great for me, but it was not as great for him. But I also feel like I'm good at reading the room and noticing how people feel. And I cannot say it 100% sure, but I really think that he was also having a great time. But now, with a little bit of distance, it's been a couple of days since that happened, I'm starting to think that maybe people do this kind of stuff just to get you to bed, just to... I don't want to be demonetized. I'm not getting any money from YouTube, but I feel like cursing is not... Oh no, Alexa, shut up! Alexa, shut up. Yeah, so maybe this guy, I hate to say it, but maybe he was just being really nice because his goal was to have to fuck, basically. I really don't want to think this way, but maybe it was this way. There's a lot of possible potential scenarios. One is that he was honestly having a great time, which I want to believe, and we just connected really well, and it was perfect timing, perfect place, and everything went great, and we both enjoyed each other's company. That's great. Another scenario is just that people, sometimes they are like animals and they just want to put their thing inside something else, and having this animal connection and fucking, basically. That's a second option. But why would you go through all of the thing before, all of the cutesy, wholesome part, just to get to that part? Maybe because they could sense that I'm not the kind of guy that I would just do that. He needs to have some work before. Like I've done that before. I've done the hooking up, and maybe in the future I will do it eventually. But now I'm in my wholesome era. So that's another option that I really don't want to believe. But men suck in general. I'm not saying this specific person suck, but men are horrible in general, so I wouldn't be surprised. But again, I don't want to think that, and I don't think this was this guy's intentions. And the other option is just that it was nothing special from the beginning, and I just happened to be there. And I'm, like I was saying before, I'm quite delusional, so sometimes it's difficult to know if this is really so wholesome as it is in my head, or am I forcing this cuteness and these really good vibes? I don't know, I'm a bit hesitant, but I will, as I always do in every situation, I will try to remember the positive. I had a really great night, really great conversation with a really cute guy. We exchanged numbers. If I go back to London, I think I will text him. He can text me if he comes to Helsinki. I will be happy to host him. But yeah, I don't know. I was a bit... So while I was on holiday, everything was great. But now that I came back to reality, where I work, where I live, you start seeing things in a different light. Also, I guess because it's this... I was talking some videos ago about seasonal depression, like when it's really dark in some countries, it's difficult to be motivated and to do a lot of things. So maybe this is a little bit of post-vacation stress. What is it? Post-vacation depression? Post-vacation? Something like that, I don't know. So maybe I was really happy during the trip, and now that it came to an end, I'm seeing things differently, more with negative connotations. But yeah, I think this is it for the video, because it was going great at the beginning. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't think there's a moral of the story. It's just my story. But it was great. I'm really happy it happened. Whatever his intentions were, and whatever his intentions are gonna be in the future, if he decides not to talk to me, if he decides to, whatever he wants to be, he wants to do, I will stay in the Lululand, and I will stay with the positive things. I had a great night with someone in London, and maybe in the future we talk again, maybe not. What I was trying to say before, now it came back to me, that these wholesome interactions, these wholesome like connections, whatever you want to say, meeting someone in another country and having this really strong connection, I don't know. I guess that's it for the video. Maybe in another one I will elaborate. But what I was trying to say as a sneak peek for another potential video is that people meet this way, and people do go the extra mile when they meet someone and they really like each other. So it wouldn't be crazy to just try to make this work, even if we are in different countries. Maybe, I don't know, people, sometimes when I ask some people that I know they've been together for a while how they met, they're like, yeah, it was... I guess I will leave it as this. Subscribe, like, all this shit, and here's the word.